Bees. We're going to learn about another social skill today. We are all growing all the time, and one of the areas that we're growing in is our social skills. This social skill is called personal space. Personal space is the space that we each have around us that makes us feel comfortable. I can respect space. I can respect space with my words and my body. I can respect space bubbles. Everybody has an imaginary bubble around them that keeps them feeling safe. When people enter into one's space bubble, then it makes them feel uncomfortable and they don't like it. I can respect space, word bumping. Word bumping is when people interrupt each other when they're speaking. If you are speaking to your mom or dad and your little sibling came up and interrupted you, they would be bumping you with their words. It's similar to how people can bump each other with their bodies. Word bumping can be very frustrating. I can respect space, hands to myself. One way that we can respect each other's space is making sure that we're keeping our hands to ourselves. When you're at school, this means keeping your hands to yourself in line and your hands to yourself when you're sitting in the carpet. And when you're out in the world, keeping your hands to yourself when you're with your friends or your brothers and sisters. I can respect space. Stop and think. If you notice that somebody is feeling uncomfortable, stop and think, are you respecting their personal space? Are you making sure you're not entering into their space bubble? Are you making sure that you're not bumping into their words? Let's see. The children in Mrs. Brown's classroom were all taking turns building towers with blocks. Evan kept moving into the space of the other children in the class and knocking down their towers. This did not show respect for the other children or for their hard work. The children were feeling very frustrated that Evan was not keeping his hands in his own space. Mrs. Brown reminded Evan to imagine that each child has a bubble of space around them and their work. This helped Evan to remember to keep his body and in his own space bubble. Busy Bees, have you ever had a hard time keeping your hands and body in your own space? Have you ever felt upset when a friend or sibling didn't keep respect of your space? Does it help you to think about each person as having a space bubble around them? Sarah and Hannah were working together on drawing a picture. They both had good ideas to share. The problem was they kept interrupting one another to share their ideas. Their words were bumping into the words of their friend. This meant that neither girl could hear the ideas of their friend. Both girls ended up feeling upset because their friend wasn't listening to them. Their teacher reminded them that when we word bump our friends, everyone ends up frustrated. The girls tried taking turns sharing their ideas. They quietly listened when it wasn't their turn to share. Bees, have you ever had a hard time not interrupting a friend, parent, or teacher? How do you feel when you get word bumped or interrupted? Does it help you to think about words as bumping into other words? Bees, I want you to take a look at these pictures. Are these children respecting space with their bodies? How can you tell? Growing your friendship garden. When you respect space, it is like weeding and caring for your friendship garden. Taking weeds out of your garden allows the plants and flowers to have space they need to grow.